This video contains Forensic Science Instrumentation Techniques Part 4, which is written by Yukta Guglot, Secretary of Applied Forensic Research Sciences, and myself Nishu, Volunteer of Applied Forensic Research Sciences. Let's start with the Introduction to Microscopes Part 1. Introduction. A microscope is a laboratory instrument used to examine objects that are too small to be seen by the naked eye. Microscopy is the science of investigating small objects and structures using a microscope. Microscopic means being invisible to the eye unless aided by a microscope. Now, the history of microscope. 14th century spectacles first made in Italy, and in 1590 two Dutch spectacle makers and father and son team Hans and Jarius Janssen create the first microscope. In 1667, Robert Hooke's famous Micrographia is published, which outlines Hooke's various studies using the microscope. In 1675, entered Anton van Leeuwenhoek, who used a microscope with one lens to observe insects and other specimens. In 1830, Joseph Jackson Lister discovers that using weak lenses together at various distances provided clear magnification. Continue with the history. In 1878, a mathematical theory linking resolution to light wavelength is invented by Ernest Abbe. In 1903, Richard Juxtamonde invents the ultramicroscope, which allows for observation of specimens below the wavelength of light. In 1932, transparent biological materials are studied for the first time using Fritz Zernike's invention of the phase contrast microscope. In 1938, Ernest Ruska developed electron microscope, who realized that using electrons in microscopy enhanced resolution. In 1981, 3D specimen images possible with the invention of the scanning tunneling microscope by Gerd Binning and Heinrich Rohrer. Now we come to the types of microscope. First is simple microscope. The simple microscope is generally considered to be the first microscope. It was created in the 17th century by Antony van Leeuwenhoek, who combined a convex lens with a holder for specimens. Magnifying between 200 and 300 times, it was essentially a magnifying glass. Second is compound microscope. With two lenses, the compound microscope offers better magnification than a simple microscope. The second lens magnifies the image of the first. Compound microscopes are bright field microscopes, meaning that the specimen is lit from underneath and they can be binocular or monocular. These devices provide a magnification of 1000 times, which is considered to be high, although the resolution is low. The next is stereo microscope. The stereo microscope, also called a dissecting microscope, provides magnification of up to 300 times. Although their magnification is relatively low, they are still useful. Stereo microscopes are used in biological and medical science applications as well as in the electronics industry, such as by those who make circuit boards or watches. Next one is the confocal microscope. The confocal microscope uses a laser light to scan samples that have been dyed. These samples are prepared on the slides and inserted. Then, with the aid of the dichromatic mirror, the device provides or produces a magnified image on a computer screen. Like the compound microscope, these microscopes offer a high degree of magnification, but their resolution is much better. They are commonly used in cell biology and medical applications. The next one is scanning electron microscope. The scanning electron microscope uses electrons rather than light for image formation. Samples are scanned in vacuum or near vacuum conditions, so they must be specially prepared by first undergoing dehydration and then being coated with a thin layer of a conductive material such as gold. After the item is prepared and placed in the chamber, the SEM produces a 3D black and white image on a computer screen. Offering a sample controller over the amount of magnification, SEM are used by researchers in the physical, medical, and biological sciences to examine a range of specimens from insects to bones. And the last one is the transmission electron microscope, which is also known as TEM. Like the scanning electron microscope, the transmission electron microscope uses electrons in creating a magnified image, and samples are scanned in a vacuum, so they must be specially prepared. The transmission electron microscope uses a slide preparation to obtain 2D view of specimens, so it's more suited for viewing objects with some degree of transparency. A transmission electron microscope offers a high degree of both magnification and resolution, making it useful in the physical and biological sciences, metallurgy, nanotechnology, and forensic analysis. If you have any query, write in the comment section. Thank you.